Close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire. Fed with the same use, no channel to use. Cruise control mentalities. Here we offer you. We gon' show you on your way. The content it never stays. We're positive and uplifting. Once a week the scope gifted. Let's hear it from fake. Hydration like Boucher.
Welcome back, my friends, to day 2 of SCOPEMAS. If you can't hear me, let me know that you can't hear me. I will fix it. This is SCOPEMAS. I'm super excited. Every day, I'm going to be tired by Friday, but every day this week, Monday through Friday, we are going live for SCOPEMAS. And let me explain a little bit about that. As I mentioned, lots of content creators do more content during December and they call it Vlogmas. I don't vlog, but I do MediaScope. And so this is SCOPEMAS. This is SCOPEMAS. So, okay, I got a good sign. We were having trouble going to live to Twitch, but Twitch, you are here. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So let me give you the hug. I neglected to give you a hug yesterday. I'm giving you the hug to let you know I appreciate you being here. You could be at SCOPEMAS any place else, and there is no other. There's just this, but you chose to be here with me, and I am super excited about that. So why don't we get to the housekeeping, and then we'll get to the media, tech, and pop culture. So today, we're doing media, tech, and pop culture. Tomorrow, we have another guest, and we're doing some giveaways. I'm excited about that. So yay, we different stuff every day with SCOPEMAS. So welcome in to all of you coming. Oh, and look who is here. Cheryl Woods, hello, and happy holidays to you. How are you, my dear? It's wonderful to see you here. Happy holidays. Happy SCOPEMAS, everyone. Happy SCOPEMAS. Thank you so much for being here and for gracing us with your presence. So let's do our housekeeping rules, shall we? So in case you don't know who I am Tachi, also known as Dr. Tachi, media professor, filmmaker, media content producer. I am also a journalist, and we generally are live on Fridays at wait a minute, that was Ron. Sorry. Here we go. I forgot to take him out yesterday. So let's take him out. I just noticed, I was like, wait a minute. So this is me. This is me, Dr. Tachi, media professor, filmmaker, media content producer, also a journalist. Ron was our guest yesterday, and I still had his lower third there. So I pressed it by mistake. No worries. This is me. And guess what? We are generally live on Fridays, as I said, but we're live every day this week. 8 p.m., like in the 8 p.m. hour is generally when we're live, but you know, this week is going to be whatever. Folks, I'm getting a new fence put in. Yay. Because the other fence, look, listen. Remember Fat Albert? And when they went to the junkyard, what that fence looked like? Yeah, mine was getting pretty close to it. Anytime you have a wooden fence and it's outside, it's probably not going to be for long unless you are constantly power washing it or pressure washing it and then sealing it. Who has time to do that? So I got one that I don't have to do that to. I'm very excited about that. So I've been working with that all day. So they just kind of finished up not too long ago. So I said today is going to be 8 o'clock. So it is what it is. Welcome in. And if you happen to be watching us on the tubing of the U, I would love it if you would do us a solid and subscribe and like this video. Also hit the notification bell because that lets you know whenever I go live with MediaScope or post something for Be More or one of the other 10 million things I do. So you know what? Let me just give another hug. I'm letting you know I appreciate you doubly today. So let's see. We've got Felicia Batten. Miss Fifi is here. What's up? And Cheryl said she is doing wonderfully. Wonderful. Oh, here we go. Bryson, what's up? He's back for a second day. D is back for a second day. It says hello to everyone. Hello. And the Queen of Food Truckery and the Minister of Libation, Serena Wills. It is Taco Tuesday. Usually we're never here on Tuesdays. For once in our lives today, we are here on a Tuesday. So we get to serve you up some tacos. Go ahead and order some tacos from the food truck, the MediaScope food truck. Maybe imaginary to other people, but it's very real to us. So go ahead and get yourself some specials from there. Let's see. It is, and we've got some hot cocoa. For those of you that like hot cocoa, hot chocolate, go ahead and get some because I know it's blizzardy. It's not blizzardy. It's blustery. That's it. In a lot of the country. Not here, though. Not here. It was actually nice. It was it like 75? Yeah, so it was warm, but it had the hint of coolness. So 75 in December is different from 75 like at night in the summer. Feels different, right? So it was nice today. So not to rub it in, but to rub it in. Okay. Let's see. Paint it when it's first put up. Oh, what? Yes, the fence, the gate, the fence. Yeah, but that still only lasts so long before it starts to look like Raggedy Ann and Andy. So, and Christine R is here. Hello, Christine. I'm loving the AI baby avatar. That's nice to see. Fantastic. Paul Henderson, one of my classmates from the University of Buffalo, is here. You know, I rep Howard, but because that's where I did my graduate work, and that was home for me. But I did attend the University of Buffalo undergrad, and he was one of my classmates. Single digits? What have you all done to displease the weather gods that you are getting single digits? On Sunday was single digits. Okay, so 34 right now. Tomorrow 60. Listen, still bundle up. Do not be fooled. 60 may feel nice, but then people will be all out in their shorts and exposed chests, and then they'll have an exposed cold. So just be careful with this change in flip-floppy weather. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Let's see it. Fifi says, yeah, right. 75, blah, blah. Listen, I'm trying to send you the sun and my sunny personality. So, no need to be envious. Soon enough, in a few months, it will be summer once again, and then you all will still complain. But, it is what it is. That's what we do, I suppose, rather. Wow. At Sunday, single digits in the D, the M, and the V. Sheesh. Mm. The weather is absolutely crazy. It's 50 in South Jersey tomorrow. Listen, again, I urge you all to bundle yourselves up and yeah, be well. You know what will help you keep you warm? One of our hot chocolates. We've got that hot chocolate special. And guess what? I have something that I ordered. I showed you the Labubus that I got. I have two Labubus. Well, remember I did a story about Tiny Chef probably a few weeks ago where they had a show on Nickelodeon and it was canceled, and they did this really heartfelt animated thing. Everybody was ready to burn Nickelodeon headquarters down because of it. Well, pulled at my heartstrings. I said, you know what? I want to support because I'm an independent content creator myself. I will buy one of their plushies, and look, it came today. Behold, Tiny Chef, 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 Chef. And when you squeeze him, he talks. I don't know if you can hear it, but. So this is Tiny Chef. He'll make some appearances with me on set sometimes. So he has to go and sit down because it's hard for him to stand because his legs are skinny and his body is like an apple. But anyway, that's Tiny Chef. Welcome on set, Tiny Chef. And yeah, so that's my little show and tell for today. And who had nuts? Oh, no, she says it's just nuts. I thought you had nuts. I was like, oh, what kind? Can you tell I'm hungry? And Bryson says it is the first day of winter this week. That's true. I thought the 21st was winter solstice. Is that not it? Or am I wrong? I could be wrong, but let me know. But yes, the first day of winter, but not here. There's no such thing as winter here. Does it dip a little bit sometimes? Yes, but then the next day it gets warm again. Winter here is not serious, which I love and I am fine with. I don't need 4 seasons. You can have my 4 seasons, unless it's a 4 seasons hotel. All right, so we are going to get into it. It is cute, right? I love it. I love it. I like to, another thing that I like to do, although I don't like clutter, there are certain things that I do collect. Is it certain or one thing? I like stuffies, particularly the bears. When I go to different cities from the different airports, I will always get a bear with the name of the city on the stomach of the bear. They're like tiny, there's about the same size as Tiny Chef. And so those are the things that I collect, but I don't like clutter. And so I don't collect a whole lot of things, but those things I like. I like stuffed animals. All right. So, you know what we're going to do? We are going to go ahead and let's see, talk about media. Today we've got 6 stories, so we'll get through them. We'll see if we get through them quickly. But we've got 6 stories today, and I am going to start with a little bit of media. How about we do that? A little bit of media? Yeah, we'll do that. Here we go. All right, in media today, we've got some things to talk about. Let's see. What's our first story? I'm going to put up our images for our first story. There we go. So unfortunately, we have some rest wells. This has been interesting. Now, I'm quite sure you all heard about Rob Reiner. We talked about it on Ron's show. It's been talked about all over the place. There's some controversy with regard to what a certain individual that occupies the White House has said about him. He was unalive. Apparently, he and his wife were unalived by allegedly by the son. He is in custody right now, and they are still investigating this. So we'll hear more about that. So rest well to Rob Reiner. He was an actor, a director, a writer, just a wonderful individual, a wonderful human being. And then right below him, I'm not sure if you all know exactly who this is. This is Anthony Geary. Now, you probably don't recognize him without his signature curls or curly hair. He played Luke Spencer on General Hospital. So, those of you, listen, I know a lot of us probably did not watch. Well, let me speak for myself. I'll take this down for a minute. Let me speak for myself. I couldn't stand soap operas because my babysitters always watch soap operas. And I'm like, isn't there a better use of our time? Perhaps watching cartoons, perhaps going outside and playing. I don't see this, but all of my babysitters loved soap operas, right? Or some people call them stories. They loved them. And so one of the favorites was General Hospital. Always came on at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And the big event I always remember was when Luke and Laura got married. I remember that, right? So you'll remember that signature curly hair. That is something that I'll always remember. Well, he passed away at the age of 78, which is so unfortunate. So he won a record 8 daytime Emmys and starred on General Hospital over a 40-year span. Wow. Wow. Well, may he rest well. He died of complications or, passed away from complications of a scheduled operation in the Netherlands. So he lived in the Netherlands and he passed away. There were complications due to an operation. So apparently it was a shock. May he rest well. And then let's get that back up. We finally have, I don't know if you all know who this is. So this is Carl Carlton. And if you don't know who Carl Carlton is, you probably remember the song She's a Bad Mama Jamma. So he was a trailblazing funk and R&B singer known for lots of hits, but especially She's a Bad Mama Jamma. So his son, Carl Hudgens, confirmed his passing on Sunday in a Facebook post. He says, RIP Dad, legend Carl Carlton, singer of She's a Bad Mama Jamma. Long, hard fight in life, and you will be missed. So it's unknown exactly what the cause of his passing is, but he definitely will be missed. So, all right, we've got some comments. Let's take some comments. And absolutely devastated that Anthony Geary is it Gary or Geary? I think it's Gary is gone. A huge GH fan. Really? Really? Put in the chat if you are a soap opera fan, and then put in the chat if you are a General Hospital fan. Again, I couldn't. Which is why things like, people talked about Dynasty and the Colbys, Falcon Crest, all these different nighttime dramas. They never appealed to me because I don't like soap operas. So the fact that you put it at night does nothing for me. So my podcast partner, Kevin, absolutely loved, what was it, Tyler Perry? Oh, The Have and the Have Nots. He used to love that. He's not a soap opera person except for that. But that I tried, it never appealed to me. And I realized it's because I don't care for soap operas. So that is not going to do anything for me. Although there are some that I was able to stomach, evening dramas. I don't know, but put in the chat if these are your things. Jay is here. Jay, let me know if you are a soap opera fan. Welcome. He's over on Facebook. And D says, yes, Luke and Laura were always together, right? That was a quintessential thing. Just like, who is that other one? Angie and Ray. I can't remember. I can't remember which. I just remember they were a black couple. You all can probably tell me. And let's see. Fifi says yes. His castmate said she dreamed of him passing the night he passed. Oh my gosh. Sheesh. That's not something I would want to know. So yeah, wow. And Cheryl says, yes, I love that song. It was a great song, wasn't it? And she still watches it when she goes to New York to visit family. All right, don't lie. You know you watch it on your own too, Serena. So Jay is a fan of All My Children. Are you just mentioning it? Oh, wait, no. All My Children is where it's Jesse and Angie, wasn't it? Jesse and Angie. Okay. So that was All My Children. All right. And Christine says, at One Life to Live, but I'm older. Here's the thing. If you were alive in that time, whether you were being babysat or you were fully into it as a viewer, everybody had some sort of exposure to it. So I know, like, all my little friends, all of us, like the babysitters were always watching. Listen, I went to a nursery school when I was little. I'm going to call the name of it. It was Kensington Nursery School. They're not open anymore, so whatever. But I went there. Listen, I'm like, you could at least watch something substantial so we would learn. No, they watched soap operas. So they couldn't wait till nap time because and her name was Miss Jackie, and she always wore black. So and she would paint the girls' nails with clear if you wanted it. I was so excited. So we, with our clear nail polish, she would be just watching her little soap opera while we were asleep for however long we were asleep. Anyway, so One Life to Live. And General Hospital, since you were a teen, Kimmy, welcome in. Thank you. Okay, and The Young and the Restless. Oh, so you watched All My Children and The Young and the Restless. Wow. I don't know why I could never get into them. Even after, these things have been on for donkey years. Some of them are finished, but I just could never get into them. Everybody has their things, I guess. G says, my daughter-in-law loves General Hospital, but not me. Interesting. But they always had these superfluous storylines that I'm like, now that's not true. Why is it always the twin was separated at birth and then comes back to wreak havoc in Pleasant Hills or wherever these people live? Please tell me that. It's the same storyline for every soap opera, just the twist of the setting. That's it. And it was the ABC lineup: All My Children, One Life to Live, and General Hospital. All My Children. So nobody watched NBC Days of Our Lives? Nobody? What was the other one? I can't remember. I'm no good with this. Christine says, currently enjoying the black soap opera Beyond the Gates. Okay, now let me know. Now I've heard about Beyond the Gates. Beyond the Gates is actually a co-production between the NAACP and CBS. So it's interesting. And you can also watch it, I believe, on Paramount Plus. It's very interesting. But because I don't gravitate toward that type of content, I was not clamoring to watch it. So let me know, if those of you that watch Beyond the Gates, is it good? Like, aside from the fact that you like it, is it a good storyline? Is it compelling? I'm interested to know. Let's see. Jay says prime time too. Really? Now, they didn't appeal to me, but I would be more apt to watch a primetime drama than a daytime one. Yes, Jesse and Angie. Yes, I remember that. I remember that very well. And D did like All My Children. Okay, okay, fantastic. Bryson says, definitely watch General Hospital. You're all in there, aren't you? Okay. Jay says Erica Kane for All My Children. She was the main actor. Yes, and Susan Lucci played Erica Kane, correct? And it took her 10 million years before she finally won a daytime Emmy for playing Erica Kane. Ah, my goodness, my goodness. Oh, and Fifi says, my babysitter loved The Young and the Restless. Babysitters loved anything not to watch you. Any excuse not to watch you. You could be wreaking havoc all times of day and night, but they're still going to watch their soap operas. Let's see. So Cheryl says, not a soap opera fan, but my grandmother watched The Guiding Light. Oh, that's one I forgot. Guiding Light and The Young and the Restless. Grandparents tended to like that too, right? Well, not mine. Mine were in Africa. But grandparents that were here, they tended to like those things. And you have to remember that there was not a lot on television during the like all of the first of all, if you were like really little that predated cable or the pervasiveness of cable, there wasn't a lot on. So you had your choices were what was on NBC, ABC, CBS later on, but Fox never really got into the soap opera game. So the big three networks, that was your choice. You did, unless you watched some local UHF television stations, there wasn't a lot of choice. So I think the thing is, this is what I have to, I'm sure for those of you who enjoy them, the storylines are good. But peanuts taste like steak when there's nothing else. I'll just say that, right? This is no disrespect to the soap operas and no disrespect to the people who love them. But what were they really good? Or are we just nostalgic for them because it reminds you of childhood or when you were younger and there were no other choices because there was nothing else on? Just a thought. I could be completely off the mark, but just a thought there. Let me know what your thoughts are on that one. Okay. Wow. We've got all these things. And Kimmy says, oh, wait. Oh, Ron Lewis says, happy SCOPEMAS. Happy SCOPEMAS. He was an amazing guest last night. Give it up for Ron. Listen, I think we have some sound. I'm always too lazy to hook up my Rodecaster Pro. Yeah, I said it. I'm too lazy. To do that. But you know what? We do have some sound effects here. So I think I will try and give you applause. Here we go. All right. I hope you heard that. If not, pretend you did. Okay. So applause for you for coming on last night and giving us just an amazing piece of yourself, sharing. Thank you. Thank you. So wonderful to have you and wonderful to see you. Oh, and we're going to be doing a giveaway from some of Ron's work. I haven't decided. So tomorrow we're doing Serena's, and Serena is our guest tomorrow, by the way, and we're going to do a giveaway. Thursday, we will do a giveaway from Ron's collection. I'm excited. It's SCOPEMAS. Why wouldn't I give something away? This is the time of year that I do. Oh, and you know what I need to see? I don't know if I have any Be More t-shirts left. If I do, that might be part of the giveaway as well. Why not? Time to be more. It's a good reminder for the new year. Okay, you know what? Let me take a minute to do some station ID. In case you don't know who I am, here we go. My name is Tachi, media professor, filmmaker, media content producer, also a journalist. We do this every week at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Well, 8 p.m. hour on Friday. But because it's SCOPEMAS, we're here every day this week. We may not be here for a full hour as we're approaching the time. Well, not quite. We're not even at half an hour yet, but we'll be here every day this week. So tomorrow will be 6. I believe Thursday will be 6, and then Friday we'll go back to 8. All right. Yes, yes, yes. And then also, if you're on, I would love it if you would like and subscribe. If you are on the YouTube side, that would be so yummy for me. I would certainly enjoy that. Please, please, please. Well, let's greet everybody who's here today. Lots of you watching on different platforms. If you are on Bookface, otherwise known as Facebook, what's up? Thank you for being here. Also, LinkedIn. I don't think we have any LinkedIn people because LinkedIn people sometimes you're LinkedIn lame, but we love you anyway. Thank you for not being here or being here because I think nobody's here from LinkedIn, but we love you nonetheless. If you, the two, YouTubing of the YouTube is our largest platform. So welcome in YouTube. Twitch is here as well. Both Twitch from the Indie Soup side and my personal. And we've got Indie Soup is Twitch, YouTube, and I don't know. For some reason, the Facebook on Indie Soup was not behaving well. So I'll try again and try and hook you guys up. But thank you all for being here. And guess what? We also have a special relationship with a radio station in the Bahamas, Gospel 107.1 FM in Nassau, Bahamas, and the rest of the Caribbean. I'm wishing you a happy Scopemas and a multitude of blessings. And I'm so excited that for people to hear the different scopemasses. But thank you all for being here. You'll get to hear the replay of, yeah, you know what? I guess I have to decide. You will get to hear all of these replays in the coming weeks. So maybe the one on Wednesday I'll replay for you. We'll see. But you will get a replay Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Let's see what we have in terms of the love. See, now we're getting into other shows. The Love Boat. Yes. The Love Boat was the show where B celebrities went to boost their careers again. That and Fantasy Island. Tell the truth. You know that's the case. And Ron says, yay to the giveaway. Yes, yes, yes. And Sonny and Brenda, I don't know these people. So I'm glad that you all are having a walk down memory lane inside the chat. Let's see. So Bryson has some news for us, asking who's ready for 3 movies coming out this weekend: Avatar Fire and Ash, The Housemaid, and the SpongeBob movie, The Search for SquarePants. Let me know if you're going to see any of those. The movie industry, listen what they're hinging on right now. They are looking for the holiday season to really boost their year-end revenue projections, right? Or to fulfill their revenue projections for this year. They're really looking to the holiday season. And so this is the time, this and the summer blockbusters tend to be a really big time for the theater industry. But we have to also realize, I keep saying this, the theater industry or exhibition industry has changed because so many of us don't see the value in going to a movie theater, spending X amount when you know not too long in the future it will be available on streaming. Some of us is me. That's me. Okay. But I know I'm not alone. I know there are other people that feel that way. Raise your hand if you feel that way. But some people, listen, I am a filmmaker and a movie buff. There is nothing I like more than being in a dark box, the theater, and watching it on the screen. And listen, I told you all one of my favorite things to do, because they like to have the temperature in the theaters on Antarctica. So I always take a blanket. I will wrap myself, but I have to be careful because if I'm not careful, and especially if you're in a theater with the reclining chair, I will go to sleep and be mad when I woke up that I messed up my my viewing time and wasted money. So I have to be careful with that. So that's probably why it's so cold in there. Besides the fact that they need to keep it cold. I think also it's helpful for you not to go to sleep, but not with me and my blanket. Anyway, let's see. Fifi says, I don't go to the theater anymore. Sinners was the only movie to even tempt me in a while. And now you can watch Sinners on television if you so desire. Jay, correct. Wicked 2 is out. Has anybody seen Wicked 2? I still haven't even seen the first Wicked. I will. Fine. I will. But has anybody seen Wicked 2? And what did you think of it? Let's see. Bryson also talks about the Critics' Choice Award nominations were dropped last weekend. Yep. And you're absolutely correct. Sinners is leading with 17 nominations, and Golden Globe nominations were announced one battle after another, leading the pack. Yes. So, when we come back in January, or when everything commences in January, that is really, really the start of award season. There are other awards, but January is really the start of award season. So let me know if you're excited for any of these award shows. Can you tell by my face that I congratulate you in advance? I'm not really excited to watch the award shows. I want to see, listen, Hollywood, Emmys, Grammys, American Music Awards, Oscars, Golden Globes, Independent Spirit. What's the one in the UK? BAFTAs. I want you to do something for me. I want you to do something different. I want it not to just be the same 3-hour broadcast. First of all, we don't need to see 3 hours of you congratulating yourselves. We congratulate you and we are happy for you. Dare we say, we love you. But we don't need a 3-hour broadcast of anything. I remember, what was it, the Emmys? But I saw something on YouTube, and it was a broadcast, a full broadcast of the Emmys that they used to do in the 80s. They were on a boat, and it was so few people. It's not like what this is now. And I'm sure it was an hour broadcast, if that. Can we go back to that? You don't have to be on a boat. But let's curtail. I'm good with hearing the announcements after the fact. I'm good with a wrap-up show. The only thing I really care about is the fashion. You let me know. That's selfish of me, I know, but that's what I care about. Let's keep going and see. Yes, Wicked for Good. It is. It's definitely a masterpiece. Okay, so Bryson enjoyed that. Fifi says not yet. Wicked was well done. Okay, and the NAACP Image Awards. Yes. Not to laugh, but do you guys remember in Living Color, they used to have an award show called the Black People Awards? So every time I hear the NAACP Awards, I was like, the Black People Awards, the Black People Awards. It just reminds me of that. Mind you, I'm just saying that in jest. I actually did used to be the president of the college chapter of the NAACP. So, but it's still the Black People Awards. Okay. Yes, thank you, Bryson. The BAFTAs. And Kimmy says, I like to watch some of the awards. I really like the pre-shows for the fashion. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, for me, these things, I care about the fashion, and then I'm basically done. I'm good for the recap. It's like HBCUs. For those of you that went to an HBCU, you know what happens during a football game, right? We don't care about the football game. We care about the band. We go and you may be hyped for a little while for the ball. Yeah, all right, made this such and such a yard, touchdown. All right. But we're really just hyping ourselves up for the halftime show. The halftime show finishes and you start to see people out because we're not there for the football. We are there. Some people are there for the football, but we're for real there for the band. That's what we're there for. This is what I feel, or how I feel about award shows. I'm there for the fashion and maybe one or two performances, and then I leave after halftime, right? Then I leave. So, okay. Sarita says, Wicked was amazing. Watched it 3 times, one with a group of high schoolers, your poetry club. Can't wait to see Wicked for Good. Okay, the original Wicked you're talking about. Fantastical. Kelye, how are you? Says, correct, right? Listen, I'm not telling any lies here. All right, so we're going to go on to our next story. Let's see. We've got more media. We've only got 6 stories today. Let's see if we could get through them. Even if not, it's fine. I'm enjoying the SCOPEMAS spirit and you all being here. I'm loving it. So let's see. let's go to our second photo. Ha ha! Who be ye? All right. Well, for those of you who don't know, this is Gaston. Disney is developing a live action Gaston movie from writer David Callahan and producer Michelle Rejuan. So they're going to be taking one of their villains and what's it? Gaston is from Beauty and the Beast, for those of you who don't know. And they're taking one of their iconic villains and giving it the live action spin, according to Deadline Hollywood. So it's an early development and it is centered, as I said, on Beauty and the Beast character Gaston. Interesting. So Gaston first appeared in Disney's original 1992 animated classic as they say, quote, an arrogant and ruthless hunter who had requited feelings for the main protagonist, Belle, and ultimately became the main adversary of the Beast. Disney also went on to produce a live action version film in 2017 with Luke Evans playing Gaston. And following its billion-dollar box office success, there was a discussion of a TV series centered on Gaston, with Evans reprising the role, but that project was scrapped. All right, so this might be something cool for those of you that have children or not, because lots of adults watch Disney projects. Are you all excited about a live action Gaston? Do you think we need a live action Gaston? I don't. I watched once upon a time the animated Beauty and the Beast. I did not see the live action. You know what? Disney live action, I'm not clamoring to see. But again, that's just me. Some people love the live action, but that's a way to, it's kind of like repurposing your social media, right? Where you've got this and then you post it here and you post it there. They're saying, how many different ways can we slice up this piece of content and make it new again? Oh, we could do a live action that will bring in a new generation of people, and it's also it can skew older. So when you have live action, chances are that older viewers will be, and by that I mean older children, will be drawn to it because it's not a cartoon necessarily. So we'll see. Let's see what folks have to say about that. Disney is a recycling company at this point. I have to agree with you, but it works. Does it not work? I may fundamentally have a problem with that because I'm like, you can do better, but it works for them. And people like what is familiar, because people who loved Beauty and the Beast, they're like, oh, well, let's see what this is like. They may be disappointed, but the point is, I've got your money already, even if you don't like it. And so, because you've already watched it, I've gotten your money. And you then have that contingency of people who will watch it not in the theater, but will watch it on streaming, right? So I'm the type of person, like, I'm not going to go specifically to the theater to watch some things. And even on streaming, I'm not going to specifically look for it. But if it's there, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll check it out. If I'm bored, I can turn it off, right? I don't feel the need to own it either, right? So the thing with back in the day, or not even back in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, VHS, Betamax, then to DVD, then to Blu-ray. So there's this thing with certain generations and having ownership of the media, which I can understand, because when you're streaming, you don't own it. You are basically leasing it. And yeah, you can watch it whenever they have, as long as they have it in their collection. But for some people, they need to have the physical medium to feel like they own it. I'm fine. I don't like a whole bunch of clutter, so I'm okay without it. So, and there are some movies that you watch all the time. So those are probably worth it to have. Divine Right says, I think I'll be okay without a live action Gaston. I'm with you. The fate of the world, if the fate of the world hinges on me watching this, we're doomed, because I don't feel the need to go and see it. Also, let's see. JP, wait a minute. Who's on YouTube now? Who is this? Is this Jay? Is this Jay Leal or who is this? Let me know. Well, thank you for being here on YouTube. And yes, okay. So let's keep going. That's what's happening there. Take it or leave it, but we should have it. Let's see. Did they give us a date? Their plot details are very vague. And apparently it's supposed to be kind of like a new kind of original-ish version. I say original-ish. Okay. So, but they don't have a date for when they're looking to have it released because it's still early in development. All right, Gaston, good for you. Okay, so let's see what's happening after I say what's up, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. You're watching MediaScope, all things media tech and pop culture. We're here usually on Fridays in the 8 p.m. hour, but today we are here for SCOPEMAS, and we are going to be here all week, every day for SCOPEMAS. Yes, I'm excited about that. And this is me, Dr. Tachi, media professor, filmmaker, media content producer, and journalist. Just had to do that little bit of that station ID thing. So let's keep going and seeing. We've got, oh, we made it to 40 minutes, but we still have some more news, folks. Let's see. Mr. Beast, you're a foul one. Mr. Beast. No, that's not the song. But Mr. Beast. Now, here's the thing. He's had a lot of news. He is basically one of the most watched YouTubers. He's probably the richest YouTuber, number one on the list. He and what's his name? Marquez, the tech guy. Why can't I remember? Brownlee, Marquez Brownlee. They all are usually at the top of the list for most watched. So what's happening here is he is exploring fan ownership of his media company, Beast Industries. He's got, let me tell you what this man has. He's got a lot going on. He has restaurants. He's got candy bars. He's got a production company that produces like a reality television show called Beast Games. He has a lot of things. And then, of course, he's got the revenue that is coming in from YouTube. Now, again, you cannot just rely on YouTube revenue for your livelihood. Chances are it's not going to make, unless you are at Mr. Beast numbers, that's not going to be enough for you. But even though he has large numbers, he still has other industries and other things going on. So let's talk a little bit about this fan ownership. So his real name is Jimmy Donaldson, if you don't remember. And his executives at Beast Industries are actually considering giving fans the opportunity to own shares in the company, according to recent statements. So at the 2025 Dealbook Summit, they mentioned the possibility of an initial public offering, also known as an IPO, that could include an allocation for fans. He says this, at some point, we want to be able to give the 1.4 billion unique people around the world who watched Mr. Beast's content in the last 90 days a chance to be owners of the company. Beast Industries spans production, the snack brand Feastables, as I told you, media ventures, and other consumer products, and it is valued at around $5 billion in recent investor materials. So there's no official timeline as to when, how much the shares will be, uh, if they're even going to be offered to fans, but they're saying that that's an ideal long-term goal. Raise your hand if you would be down for investing in Beast Industries. You see my hand is going up. One other thing that I like that Mr. Beast does is he is philanthropic. So he had this whole water project where they were actually building wells in different countries in South America, different countries in Africa. I believe they did some countries in Asia as well. So he really does live out to whom much is given, much is required. That doesn't mean that he's an excellent human being in other ways. I don't know him. Of course, there are all sorts of stories floating around. All I could go by is what I see. So yes, I would, unless something diabolical comes out about him, I will be down for investing in not Beast Games, but Beast Industries, and this is why. The independent content creator economy is where it's at. We've been convinced that the traditional industries are where it's at, and we keep falling for it every time, hook, line, and sinker. It doesn't mean they're not important anymore, but they don't have as much growth as this other end. For that reason, that's why I would consider it. But what say you? Let me know. Let's see. We have, yes, Beast has a game show on Prime as well. It's called Beast Games. Absolutely. And yes, I remember that. You've been watching Mr. Beast for years. Absolutely. And okay, yes, it is Jay. I figured the Jay. Well, welcome. Welcome over to the YouTube side. It is great to have you here. All right. So interesting. That's what's happening over with Mr. Beast. They're considering giving shares to fans. Maybe you want to start watching and see if that's something you want to invest in. All right, let's keep going. We have a few more stories to go. Let's take a look at this over here. This is still media. So we're not transitioned over yet. Now, this is a new study for those of you all. Listen, I'm going to tell you, you all should pay attention to what is happening in media, and that is the business side as well. Don't just pay attention to the shows and the celebrities and the personalities. Pay attention to the business end because it lets you know where the industry is going. So there's a new Pew Research survey that shows the adults' social media habits in 2025. So, this is offering key insights into how US adults engage with social media, and it's based on a nationally representative survey of 5,000 adults, and they conducted it between February and June of this year. And their findings show that 84% of US adults say they have used YouTube, while 71% report they have used Facebook. Other platforms saw lower usage, 50% for Instagram, 37% for TikTok, 32% for WhatsApp, and 26% for Reddit. By the way, do any of you use Reddit? I do because I often go to Reddit to see what people think about different products before I buy something or before I order something. I often do that. I I don't even know if they do this anymore, but Reddit did allow you to live stream at one point. But I don't know that it really caught on. That is not really the place for live streaming. So I really didn't do much with it. And I was trying to get to the point where I could live stream. I'm like, why am I, overburdening myself to do it? So anyway, I enjoy looking at Reddit for that. But this is interesting indeed. So let's see, we have let's put this up again and I'll quickly go through that. So we again, YouTube 84% of adults, Facebook 71%, Instagram is 50% of adults, TikTok is 37, WhatsApp is 32%, Reddit is 26, Snapchat is 25, X is 21%, Threads is 8%, and Blue Sky is 4%, and Truth Social is 3%. Interesting. And there are a lot of other social platforms as well that were not counted here, but maybe the results were so inconsequential that they didn't put it in the results. I don't even know if these were really the only ones they did put in there. Interesting. So you can see where the allegiance lies for U.S. adults. And here's the thing, that's U.S. adults, but if you look worldwide, look at adults use WhatsApp, but Africans, Nigerians call it "What's Up." They love "What's Up" group. They love it. Okay, so if we're talking about different countries, I'm guessing that it would look differently. I would say WhatsApp would be closer to the top for people abroad. All right, so let's take some comments. And okay, Jay updated his name. JL. Wonderful. Well, I know it's you now, but that's great that you updated your name. Thank you. Wonderful, wonderful. And Divine Right says Reddit has been very helpful when talking to groups that have had long COVID systems. That's another thing you can, I'm sure, for anything that is out there, it exists on there is a Reddit thread for it. So you can probably find that and probably find a lot of answers. Obviously, proceed with caution, but it is really great to get recommendations for things. It is great in terms of, like Serena was saying, there are other like minds or other people that are experiencing the same thing that you can talk to and see what's what. So I value Reddit for that. I'm on Reddit basically about once a day. It's actually pretty cool. And Jay says Reddit is kind of confusing for me. It can be. I can see that. But if you think Reddit is confusing, then you would not enjoy. Oh gosh, what's the other one? Why am I blanking on it now? But you know what I'm talking about. For it's people that really are into NFTs and crypto that really used it initially. Help me with it. I'm blanking, but that would be super confusing for you. So let's do this. Oh, we've got 10 minutes left. We might end early. Let's see what else I have for yous guys, for yous. Um, Here we go. Yes, we've got two more things. But before we do that, this is actually a tech story. So how about let's take down Jay's comment and we're going to do the intro to the tech in just a moment. Are we? Yep. Here we go. Okay. So let's put that photo back up. Well, look at this. A lion. This is from The Guardian, obviously. A lion with it looks like he's going to be crowned, or not crowned, but awarded a medal. And they're about to put it around his neck. Is this real? Of course, it's not real. This is what we call AI slop. And guess what, folks? Slop is the word of the year, thanks to AI. So AI slop, if for what we're talking about, you've seen there's so much crazy AI that is out there, or AI junk, right? I think junk is a better term, but they call it AI slop. There's so many crazy things. People are prompting so many things that are unnecessary just because it's cool. And it's flooding the flooding is relative, but it's putting a lot of things out there that are like, why would you make this? Right? This is what AI slop is. So consequently, it's so ubiquitous that Merriam-Webster chose slop as the 2025 word of the year, describing it as, quote, digital content of low quality that is produced usually in quantity by means of artificial intelligence. Mm, wow. So there are something I really love AI. I like what I'm able to do with it. And there's so many wonderful things you can do with AI. But then there's so much rubbish out there, AI rubbish, that it makes you question, do we really need access to AI? So, yeah, that is the story of the day, that the word 2025 word of the year, according to Merriam-Webster, is slop. So feel free to use it in a sentence. Slop. There we go. All right. So now we have one more story. I am proud of myself, and this is because I have only selected 6 stories today. So we have this final story. But it's pop culture. So let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and just play the pop culture intro. Here we go. All right. So we've got Lay's potato chips here. Or are they Lay's potato chips? Huh. Well, it's actually a collab. Lay's, and how do you say this sneaker? Is it Saucony? Saucony? Saucy? How do you say the name of those sneakers? I always said Saucony. or Saucony. I don't know how to say it. But anyway, SAUCONY. They are getting creatively crunchy, shall we say. They're actually turning potato chip flavors into sneakers. So they're serving up something that you can wear instead of eat. And it's turned, as I said, potato chip flavors into sneakers. This brand I didn't know is from Boston, and they've teamed up with global snack giant Lay's in a China exclusive collaboration that translates regional Lay flavors into footwear. So this is a trio of limited edition sneakers bearing color, texture, and cultural references familiar to eaters. Very interesting. So hold on, let me take this down. So, not that you need to see my face, but here we go. So, they have, let's talk about the flavors. Let's see, can we do it? Yeah, there we go. So, each model in the Saucony by Lay's collection is taking inspiration from flavors that are popular in the Chinese market. So, the Trainer 80X, for example, is wrapped head to toe in bright yellow, associated with the Lay's classic branding packaging, finished with stacked leather and suede panels and a gum sole. The Cohesion 2K draws from seaweed chips, layering green accents over gray mesh and suede to suggest a salty ocean-leaning palette. And then there's the Grid Fusion, which references spicy crayfish, and that's a staple of late-night dining culture in China, apparently. They're using warm browns, deeper mesh tones, and beige trim that echo the dish's rich, seasoned look. Interesting. Interesting. So on the tongue of the shoe, you'll see the Lay's logo, and then there are custom laces and custom hang tags shaped like miniature chip bags that reinforce the food theme. So it's only available in China, unfortunately, and they haven't announced any plans yet for wider international rollouts. All right. Well, look at that. Let's see what people have to say. Ed J says, I really like ChatGPT talking about AI. And Divine Right says, wow, potato chip sneaks. Yeah, for if you're a sneakerhead, this may be something you want to collect. This is definitely, I mean, in China, you can wear them, but if you are a sneakerhead and you collect, this might be something you would like in your collection. And Divine Right says, before we leave tonight, a toast to all the soap opera couples, Luke and Laura, Angie and Jesse, and Sunny and Brenda. Hear, hear. Absolutely. Give my water bottle up to you all, the people that I don't watch. In any case, that is it. We are finished with 3 minutes to spare. I am so excited for myself. So last drink specials before we go. Specials for toast. Buy one drink, get one drink half off. Any type of drink, any type of libation you would like. And it's cold outside, so maybe you'd like to toast with tea or coffee or hot chocolate. I'll toast to you all with water. And that is it for this episode of MediaScope. SCOPEMAS, this is only day 2. We've got 3 more days to go. We'll be back tomorrow where our guest will be Divine Right, otherwise known as Serena Wills. We'll talk poetry, show, doing your own show, and more. And of course, we have a giveaway tomorrow, so I'm excited for that. Thursday, we'll also have a giveaway and maybe something special. So stay tuned for what's happening the rest of the week. Other than that, it is time to vamoose. So, hey, Rigo is here. He says, hey, they have a happy and healthy Christmas and a happy new year. And the same to you, my friend, the same to you. All right. Well, I'm going to end the show the way I always do. First of all, thank you all for being here for SCOPEMAS. I'm appreciating that you're coming every day. Yay. Thank you. I love you all for watching. I bid you adieu, you guys, myself, and this day of SCOPEMAS, plus all the stories, we're exiting stage left. So until tomorrow, and tomorrow we will be on at 6 p.m.-ish, guarding anything happening, but about 6 p.m. we'll be on. All right, all. Cheers.
Close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire. Fed up with the same news, no channel to use. Cruise control mentalities. Here we offer you. We gon' show you on your way. The content it never stays. More positive and uplifting. Once a week, the scope gifted.